A curious thing that perhaps you don't know when penguins are waddling in the wind and the snow is that some have a mission that they need to do well, to deliver a spanking and shiny pebble. To whom do they choose to give this nice gift when they're struggling around in a freezing snow drift? With the pebble caught firmly between their tight beak, they are looking for someone who's classy and chic. Let me tell you a story of Abelardo the Brave. The king's polar bear chief helped to make him his slave. But Abelardo had other ideas to this. He'd marry Callista and live on in bliss. Callista was more than a penguin, he thought. She had a beautiful beak and pink feathers so sleek. She had one foot that was stunted, so she'd learned as a child that instead of a wobbly walk she would glide. She glided and slided all over the place. She pirouetted o'er bumps in the snow with such grace. Abelardo was simply besotted, he thought. Until she knows me, I'll be sad and distraught. And so in the summer he escaped from the king, and he sped up a mountain to a cool river spring. He dived to the bottom where the best pebbles lay, and he chose one so gorgeous it shone brighter than day. But at the foot of the mountain there was trouble a-brewing. The king was upset and had spent all day stewing. He sent Chief Polar Bear to bring Abel back. The polar decided he'd have a nice penguin snack. Abelardo was so busy hiding his stone that he didn't see Polar Bear climbing alone, until suddenly they were apart by 2 feet. Chief Polar was hungry and he gritted his teeth. Abelardo was feeling quite fretful of this, so he thought he would tell of the penguin whose kiss might just make him so happy to feel, and he walked towards Polar showing nerves of real steel. My pebbles for Callista, Abelardo declared, and the Polar Bear thought of the love that he shared with his polar bear wife and his bear cub called Jack. He said, Abelardo, I'll help you. Jump up on my back. Jump up on my back and let's race at all costs to meet your Callista and tell her your thoughts. Callista had found a nice rink in the sun. She was happily slipping and sliding. What fun! Abelardo and Polar were making good ground, and Callista kept sliding without hearing a sound. But next, as she readied herself for a spin, she got trounced by the pair of them, right on the chin. The Polar was dizzy and went for a sleep. Callista and Abelardo got up from their heap. Callista felt something rattle around in her ear. It's a pebble, yelled Abel, in case she'd mishear. The king had made me a slave, but I didn't like that. I escaped up the mountain, he called me a brat. But I needed to win you this pebble, you see. It's beautiful, the same way that you look to me. Please let me take you to dinner sometime. I can make us fish noodles with fish heads and brine. And afterwards, if you see fit given time, I can be yours and you can be mine. Callista was shocked but happy as well. She thought hard about Abelardo's bombshell. She was feeling quite hungry, and as Polar awoke, he offered to carry them as Callista spoke. I love your kind gift, Abelardo, it's true, and I think I would like to share dinner with you. She agreed to the dinner, put her pebble away, and they ate lots of fish heads for the rest of their days.